Florida has hundreds of species of fish, and one of my all-time favorites is the elusive snook. I've been catching snook for over 20 years, and my good friend Aaron has been doing it for even longer. In this combined 40 years of experience, we've both learned a ton about how to approach snook fishing, and we've learned even more about what not to do. In this video, we spend 3 days chasing giant snook, both on live bait and on lures. Throughout the action, we'll be compressing our years of experience into actionable advice that we wish we knew when we were starting out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm out with my man Aaron, A-Benz Fishing. We are headed out on a very windy day inshore looking for some monster fish. Don't know exactly what's in store for us, but I know we're gonna be fishing hard. Let's get out there. Okay, stop number one. Aaron has been on one heck of an artificial snook bite this entire summer. I've just been seeing video after video, this man catching giants on little tiny lures, all sorts of lures. But what we're seeing right now, as we pull up to this spot to try and fish some lures, is there are tons of bait. There's tons of mullet starting to push through. So that tells us we might need to change up our tactics, cast on some live mullet and start fishing some big baits. But gonna start it out with the pattern that Aaron has been on, throw some little lures, see what happens. First bait of the day, I'm gonna start out with this little NLBN, some 40-pound fluorocarbon leader. See what happens. This will be a fun fight if I do get the bite, because this is a real light rod, 5,000 Stratic, some PE2, Silk Ocean braid, little Kingslayer rod made by Ocean Devil. This would be fun because these fish are big, they fight hard, and man, I'm excited. I'm excited to just get a shot. I'm waiting for you to catch a flounder or something cool doing this. Our boy A-Benz has snag bottom total of 4 times in about 20 minutes of fishing. What do you have to say for yourself?
Maybe 6 casts.
Wow.
Nothing. This is awful.
With Aaron snagging bottom and all the mullet getting pushed through, I decided I wanted to switch up my tactics. I tied on a topwater that just made a bigger profile, something to match those mullet.
I think you might be riding my line.
Am I?
No, we're good.
I think you're in the rip.
It's the current. Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, that was a big fish.
Yeah, I saw that. I think he wanted your
Yeah, he did.
And I spooked him off. See if he's riding, following her.
100%. Okay, well, I was just casting this along this bank. Aaron was casting a little topwater. Aaron's little topwater got hit. As that fish is freaking out right next to mine, another big fish came up and tried my life basically with the big topwater. So let's try that same pattern. Obviously there's not an interested fish, but let's see what happens. On me. Oh my God, dude, I just had a nice hit. Dude. You're tight too?
Yeah.
At the same time, bro. Aaron is on. I just had one hit me.
Oh, it's a mini jack.
Aaron's got a mini jack. I had a real nice fish blow up on this thing. I got tight with him for half a second, guys, and he didn't get it.
The 6-inch because.
Under me again.
Oh, dude.
On me again.
On, man. Huge. Oh my God.
Go!
Big snook, dude.
I didn't see the fish, but it was a big hit.
Dude,
right when I sped it up too.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. On the 6-inch, man. Oh my God.
Yo, did I just snag a mullet? Oh my God, I snagged a mullet run.
Dude, we just caused the mullet run. We literally caused the mullet run.
No one caused the mullet run. I snagged a perfect mullet. Dude, I should.
Oh, we got a nice snook.
Oh yeah.
We got a nice snook.
Oh my God, there's some flowers. Do you have a? I'm just gonna throw it back. Check that out. Here, let me get your.
Wow. Wow. You can just, yeah, you can get the big cam out, I guess. I'm gonna have to teach you how to use it, but it's fine.
Dude, that's actually
a nice fish. That's a slop fish on topwater. That's probably a 28, 29-inch fish on topwater. Yeah, I think those are some BKKs, actually.
Yeah.
Aaron has put on these. Aaron makes these spooks, guys. So he has a supplier that he works with that have these custom made to his specifications, which is really, really cool. Oh, sorry, Carl, I didn't mean to hook you again. But they obviously work. Topwater spook like this design is honestly timeless. They crush the fish. This is the A-bend spook 6-inch. Beautiful. And it absolutely caught a nice, healthy river fish. Look at that thing. She is all hyped up, excited. In season, this would be absolutely perfect size fish. It's probably 28.5, 29-inch fish. Slot size, which is 28 to 32 is the size you need in order to keep these guys. But we're still out of season, so this one is going back in the water. That's sick, man. That's so
awesome.
Beautiful. So we got current coming this way. So it's literally just going right into her gills, which is really nice. I'm gonna get this fish nice and revived. They're still spawning this time of year. So all summer long, they will spawn and make a bunch more snook for the season. So I wanna make sure this fish is healthy, can continue doing its thing for the rest of the summer, go and make a bunch more snook.
Kicked off so well.
Sick, dude. Heck yeah, let's go.
Fist bump.
Number 1, Aaron, lure profile. What are your thoughts on lure profile and picking a lure?
So I make lures, right? I make spooks, and so I make custom colors and stuff, and I do think colors have their place, particularly in clear water. But for the most part, I generally think the profile, especially with top water or anything that's at the top water column, is so much more important, and I'll tell you why. The fish are typically foraging underneath the bait, and so they're looking up, and if they're looking up, they're looking at a silhouette of that bait because the sun is shining directly on it. And so like if you look at something like this, it matches the profile of a silver mullet perfectly. The color can help and aid in helping get the strike, like a good shine off of this silver definitely plays a role, but I'd say that profile is at least 75% of what gets you the bite, and then the other 10% is probably, maybe 15% is gonna be color. But we're also leaving out the fact of how you work the plug, right? So I like to work my top waters a lot faster than other people, and I think that plays that's a huge factor in how a fish is gonna strike, instinctively, off their lateral line, depending on what you're targeting, you know? So as far as profile though, it's really important to have the right profile. Like, you gotta match the hatch well, particularly on size and forage, not really on color. You can go out with like a pink lure, but if the profile's right, it'll probably get bit, and they're not eating on anything pink.
So bear with me, but the way I'm editing this video for you guys is I'm sprinkling in these snook tips, these snook thoughts by Aaron and myself throughout the video. They were all actually filmed on the same day, so that's why our shirts might be changing throughout the video. But I think it's a better way to kind of explain to you guys what we like to do, while also showing you multiple days of snook fishing and multiple of these ideas and these thoughts being applied. So if you guys don't like this editing style, you can absolutely comment it down below, but I think it's a fun way to sprinkle in a lot of information and not have it feel like school, not have it feel like information overload, more sprinkling in these tips throughout the entirety of the story. I digress. Let's get back to snook fishing, because these mullet were starting to pour through, and Aaron and I realized we might be onto something kind of special.
We're gonna get bit trying to do this, watch.
Out there. I had one, dude. Yeah, they're getting 8 out there. I should have brought that 9-foot.
I don't think you expected mullet run on August 18th.
There we go.
Oh, it's a nice one, dude.
Big snook. Are you kidding me, dude? Big freaking snook. That was just me burning it in, guys, really fast. Oh my god, dude. It's not the biggest snook, but I'll take it on the 6-inch. There's a stud! Brian, you want to land her for me?
Want me to land or you want me to film you?
I am right in her gills, dude. Oh my god, she's gill wrapped. I'm gonna have to... Tail. Got her. I got her.
Oh, yes.
Dude. That is a freaking stud.
Dude, look at that. On top, buddy. Look how thick that fish is.
Wow, fist
Let's
bump.
go.
That's an over for sure. Probably like 34, right?
Yeah, I want to say 35.
Yeah, she's thick.
Yeah.
Check that out, dude.
This.
Ah, she's got so spine.
Exactly why you bogo them.
Oh, 100%. She still got me good. That's all right. I'd rather a spine than a treble, but God, that hurt. Her dorsal went right into me. Just want to show you her with that Santa plug real quick. Not the prettiest hold, but it's a quality fish. Ryan can attest to that. She's a stud, and we're gonna go ahead and get this plug out quickly. All that lifting isn't paying off. Here we go, 1, 2. Oh, she's ready already. You ready, boys?
Nice.
Insane,
Two on top. Let's go. Yeah, where we've gone to get them before. Dude, just a mullet with a split shot in this.
Oh, I got you a mullet, bro. You want it?
Throw them in the well.
The well has no water.
It won't fill?
No, dude, did he eat it?
He's perfectly hooked.
I swear to God, guys, this thing ate this spook.
Okay, guys, so Aaron actually snagged this mullet with his topwater. We weren't even cast netting him, but a bunch were coming through. So I just rigged up a rod with a hook, and I'm going to tail hook him. See if he swims away from us. There's just so much activity out in front of us. Let's just give it a shot and see what happens.
Hey, that beach over by those docks is that paw. Big snook on. I thought that was a jack.
Oh, I just got...
No way.
God.
No! That was
Instant.
So quick. All right, we gotta get mullet.
Instant.
We gotta get mullet.
Literally just thump the
I'm not
minute he hit the
grinding
water.
my life away for a fish. Watch, there's a big seawall there. You want me to pull this up or you got it? Let me get here. Out, open plug down.
Definitely a jack.
Think so?
Yeah.
Dude, that snook hit like a jack. Smush behind us.
Oh, it's a snook.
No way.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I got it.
Oh my gosh, guys. Instant bite on the mullet.
Dude, I mean, for that.
Instant bite on the mullet. That was crazy. Literally blew the freaking bail open on the reel. Wow. Wow.
I think it's safe to say they're off the shrimp jig.
Oh my gosh. I think they're onto the mullet, boys. I think they have changed their pattern.
Post spawn. Ryan got, I'll narrate a little here. That was so, like, I want to vouch for him. That was within 1 second.
Instant bite. Instant freaking bite. God, these fish are pissed too. So pissed. Yo. Barely hooked.
You want the net? I got it. Probably a safer bet.
Nice. In the
Dude,
boat.
that's a very long fish.
That
That's
is
bigger than what I just got.
That's a nice fish. BKK circle hook in the lip there. Wow, dude, that literally took freaking 1 second that bait was in the water when we got thumped. I guess that hook was actually in there pretty dang good. Look at this guy. Are you kidding me?
Good Lord.
Are you freaking kidding me? Look at the size of that snook. That's epic, bro. Overslot fish. I don't know, 37-ish inches. Wow.
I think so. I think 37, 38 all day.
Wow, I am stoked, man. Absolutely stoked. Freaking, dude, let's go, man. Ugh. So it's been a long time since I caught an overslot like this. I guess actually only a couple weeks, but I'm gonna bring her over here. This is fun. I haven't had fun fishing like this in a while. I think that's what it is. Haven't had like a low stress environment, just hanging out with the boys. My boy Aaron catching some fish. So sick. Just getting this big, beautiful snook revived. Just feel really fortunate, man, to be able to catch these big fish, get them back, get them revived. Just fun, man. There's, like, trust me, topwater fish, always awesome, but there's always a special place in my heart for when you throw out a big mullet and you just feel, a clap.
And
from
in 1
these snook.
second, dude.
Just inhaling a mullet, it's crazy. And that just tells us, y'all, we gotta get some freaking mullet.
Guys, I'm behind the camera. A-Ben's here. I catch a lot of snook. I've never seen a snook eat a mullet that quick in my life. And you guys have to understand, he caught that snook in 20 feet of water the minute it hit the
They're
the
keyed.
water.
They're keyed. Let's go, buddy. We got to get some more. Next thing I want to focus on is spending time getting the right bait. It is very, very worth it to invest a good chunk of your day into getting the right bait. If that's what you want to do, if you're trying to fish with snook or fish for snook with bait, because it can be the biggest difference. Having a significant amount of lively baits will be the biggest game changer on a lot of days. I can think back to when I was fishing on the pier back in the day. I would spend 3-4 hours getting a bunch of sand perch all in my live well ready to go, just to fish for like, I don't know, an hour and a half maybe at sunset when I knew the fish were going to be feeding. But I caught more fish than anyone else on the pier because I was prepared. When something happened, I could just go grab another live bait, no problem, and toss it out. And having that fresh, active live bait, that was actually going to freak out and be swimming super fast, super erratically, would get me the bite so many more times than the guy that's trying to conserve his bait because he only spent time catching 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I would cast out a fresh one because I had 18 or 20. Move, thumped immediately. And if I had a bait that wasn't getting thumped or wasn't moving, I would just unhook him, release him, send him back. And I really think, like we're doing right now, taking that time out every day, investing it into getting the right bait. We know these fish are going to want some mullet today. So doing that is going to make a huge difference.
I figured that.
So on day one, we ended up cast netting about a dozen mullet and putting them in the live well, but unfortunately we were having live well issues and the mullet actually just all died. So we were actually back to casting top waters, working the same area because this school of mullet just seemed to be kind of hanging out in one area.
This is how I know Aaron's not a land-based guy, because he's too afraid to go in the water and get his own lure. Put him on blast in the comments.
Guys, I don't want to wet my boots.
Oh, I don't want to wet my boots, you heard that? I can't get my Sperry topsider sturdy. The wife will kill me. All right, this thing's about 8-foot ceiling. Yeah, this one was not coming out of this tree. Bang. All right, you guys can see that. Nice 6-inch spook in the tree. Rip that guy. Hang on. Still in there. Look at that. Now he's gonna send me some free ones. Oh, on me. On me. Snook. Nice snook, dude. On the drone, bro.
I'm trying to burn mine in to help you. That's a huge drone.
Dude, it's a big fish. On the 6-inch, bro. How do you feel about land? Oh my gosh. Landing the drone.
Fine. I have the same drone. Want me to land it?
Yeah. Just put it in cine mode so it's slow and... Dude, another nice fish. Another nice fish. So good enough, dude. How about this? I got it. Just come and hold the fish in the net, yeah.
I'm a beast, bro.
The boat, let's go. I've never experienced a snook topwater bite like this. Aaron's got an overslot. I've got an overslot. I got a slot as well. All on topwaters, all on Aaron's topwater. That's crazy.
Guys, we did not come out here planning.
No, this was not at all the plan for the day.
Daughter?
Oh, look at this. Are you kidding me? Beautiful freaking snook, man. On top water. Great fight. We got that freaking eat on the drone, man. I couldn't believe that. I was like, all right, I got the drone in the air, Aaron. Let me just like get a couple B-roll casts of me throwing the top water. and this thing smoked it. That's crazy, and that's just, you're not gonna catch them at home, and I didn't expect this today, but man, what a pleasant surprise. Beautiful overslot snook, feeding on mullet, eating topwaters. Let's go. This is amazing, man. And again, let's just get this girl released. Quick release, slide her over here. Whoa, man, she's fresh, ready. Oh, and there's fish blowing up over there.
Oh my God, look at that.
Dude,
Fist bump. I gotta get a line in the water.
So we actually followed the mullet up this pretty shallow area, and all we had was topwater, but we were seeing some fish blow up, and man, oh man, did I get a bite, you guys. There we go. No! Oh my God. That was a giant. Dude, it just sucked it under.
That was an insane heat, bro.
Oh.
That was insane.
Oh my God. Are you? That was a big fish. That was a really big fish. Sucked the top water under, ripped drag. Oh, sometimes they just come unbuttoned, man. We saw a blow up right there earlier, and we knew that there was a fish sitting on that, and made a cast. Fish came out and absolutely sucked it down. Fortunately, just didn't get him. I could have maybe had slightly tighter drag, but I also don't want to rip the hooks out, so it's, sucks.
Aaron is tweaking out. We just turned the motor on. We are getting out of this little creek that we came back into that I hooked a really big fish on the top water, but fortunately pulled her off. Man, it's been an eventful day. I didn't think we were gonna have this many shots at this many sweet fish, this many big fish. Normally Aaron fishes me under the table. I've been getting lucky today, but we have probably around 30-ish more minutes to try and get one of these monsters. The goal is over 40. We haven't broken 40 yet today, so hopefully we can make that happen, because it's just a different class of fish, man. When you hit that 40-inch mark, really, it's like that 20-pound fish, which there's a lot of 40-inch fish that are not even nearly close to 20 pounds, but like a 20-pound snook, man, just a monster. So see what can happen, see if we can pull something out of a hat. I don't know, man, but sun's getting low. We got to get back out there. Now that we're getting into fall time, the mullet are absolutely showing up, and that's one of the few things that really gets me stoked in the fall. But the other thing that gets me fired up in the fall is football season. And that's why I'm absolutely stoked to say that this video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place where you can go to really increase your excitement this football season. I know whenever I've placed bets with my buddies in the past, it really just gets me super hyped. And right now, new customers who bet $5 will instantly get $250 in bonus bets and 1 month of NFL Premium Plus on DraftKings. That's honestly just one heck of a deal. You can stay in on the action and use your $250 in bonus bets to bet on anytime touchdowns with DraftKings. DraftKings is the place to bet on touchdowns. And if sports betting isn't available in your state yet, don't worry. You can still use DraftKings Daily Fantasy and get on the action and have a shot to win awesome cash prizes. Don't miss out on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use my code RYANMORIE, and all you have to do is bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets. Again, that's my code RYANMORIE. Huge thank you to DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring today's video. The sun is pretty darn low. We are currently trying to chase down some Jack Crevalle. There's a couple blown up mullet, but it's looking like this is gonna be the end of the evening, but this is just day one. We have a lot more fishing action coming up in this video, and I'm excited because that was one heck of a start to a video, and there's a ton more fishing coming. And if this pattern continues, there should be some absolutely epic stuff coming up. Appreciate you guys. I will see you for day two. Well, welcome to day two. I'm not sure how well you guys can hear me. It's a freaking hurricane force winds out here. We have some thunderstorms around to our left and to our right. I think we're gonna be good for the afternoon, but there's definitely fish around. Aaron came over the bridge behind me and he said he saw mullet getting blitzed in the river. So again, I hope you guys heard any of that stuff that I just said. Let's get out there. What are we looking for in a spot?
That's a tough question because I think it's ever changing. I think there's like 4 principles to snook fishing that I try to follow. First would be like if there's bait. Like if we could find a big school of mullet, ideally that's going to be the simplest scenario that we can encounter, where I think we're going to catch some big snook, because wherever the bait goes, there's always going to be fish. There's a good saying in fishing that if you find a school of bait, if you wait long enough, a school of big fish is going to come eat it. I believe that. So you have to be patient if you're looking for the bait. And then other things are going to be moving water, structure, and then troughs. So any of those 3, whether in combination or independently, could yield fish. So like if you find, like right now we have a tide coming in towards the bow of the boat, we have wind pushing the tide and water and any potential forage into the seawall, and we have the seawall that's acting as structure. We don't have any troughs. This whole area is very, very shallow, right? So that's a combination of 2 of those factors, moving water and structure. Maybe you find a little area where there's moving water and a big trough, and you fish the drop off, and it's very similar. It's like the water's going to push by that area where there's a trough. The fish are going to be staged there waiting for any bait, any forage, anything to be pushed to them. Snook are very opportunistic hunters. They're actually not the best hunters in my opinion. They're good at using their surroundings to forage successfully, but like in open water hunting, they're not very good. Like a jack will get a mullet, if we're using mullet as an example, 100 times quicker than a snook will. But a snook will wait under, let's say, this dock or by this wall for the jack or the tide to push the mullet to them and then hit it.
How do they typically sit in regards to current?
Typically their head is facing the direction of the current. So if the current's coming towards them, they're going to be facing that. Although I've done a lot of back current jigging, meaning if the current was going this way, I'd be casting and reeling against it, and done pretty well. And I think a lot of that has to do with their lateral line. You kind of scoot right by their tail and they see a bait struggling to get by them in the current and they eat it tail first. So, but the main things are going to be moving water, structure, or bait. Any of those things, troughs. Like snook are opportunistic. When they hunt, they're typically staging. They're not going to go out and start blitzing on a school of fish. I mean, they will, but that's definitely going to happen more seldom than them just sitting on this seawall or by this piling or doing anything of the sort like that.
Alrighty, spot number 1. This is where we found our most fish yesterday. This wind is absolutely cranking, making the tide move even faster than it normally does. We're just kind of getting ready, getting set, seeing what happens, because this time yesterday there was a ton of mullet flowing through, ton of bait flowing through, and the fish obviously were chasing those baits. So we haven't seen any yet, but we just got here, so we're gonna give it a couple minutes, kind of feel it out, see where the fish are sitting, see if we can maybe mark them on the Garmin, and get a game plan going for the afternoon.
Let's just anchor up here for a minute.
All right, we are starting out with the same plug that was getting cracked yesterday. It's a 6-inch Aaron's Special, his own custom spook, 6-inch spook, A-Ben's Fishing logo on the top. Let's see if I can outfish this man 2 days in a row with his own lures.
By far the best seller of that bone.
I'll save you guys my pain here and just kind of walk you through. Basically, we casted for a couple hours at different spots. We moved from spot to spot. We were just looking for the mullet. We were trying to find where all the bait was that we saw yesterday, and it was really nowhere to be found. But we didn't stop trying. we had planned on just getting live bait, but we couldn't really fish any. So now we're back to just fishing plugs. Really, the most interesting thing that happened was up on this seawall, we had a couple big blow-ups, but no connections.
We fished basically one spot all day yesterday, and today I think this is like the 7th or 8th place that we've trying to make something happen. The most interesting thing that we've actually had so far is just that one seawall where we got 2 big snook blow-ups but didn't connect on them. So definitely trying, moving around, trying to find the bait.
Seeing that mega jack was finally the cast I wanted. Let's see if we can make the fish that I wanted to. I'm fishing against the current.
On me. Oh, he ate it subsurface. He ate it subsurface, dude. I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, he's not that big. I think I got it for a sec. Dude, it literally dove for a second and he just choked it. Oh, that was so sick. He's good. He's good. Oh, man, that's sick, bro. That's so sick. That's big. That's over. That's 35 all day. 35, 36. That's a stud. Yeah. What a pretty fish on top water. I don't know what else you can ask for, man. That's so beautiful. Like, what the heck? This is insane, bro. Whew. Stud. It's not my best work. It's a little awkward angle, but okay. She looks good. Look at how pretty that fish is, y'all. Look at how pretty that fish is. Got a lot of current coming through. The boga makes it easy to help revive these fish. She's kicking really, really good, which I love to see. She's healthy. She'll make it through another season. She's an overslot, and she is excited for some molt to start pouring through so she can gain some weight. They're a little skinny right now. I'm excited for that. There she goes, down at the depths.
So epic.
I love it when you grind it out and you can get one at the end of the day. It's a good time, and there's still fish around.
We're gonna switch to live bait eventually, right?
Maybe.
If you're looking for the why, or you're looking for the, like, why are the fish doing what they're doing, how do you figure that out?
It typically depends on the month, the moon phase, the wind. There's a lot of small variables that go into it, and I encourage you guys to like study and read. I've learned a lot from reading and from old salts, but you know, right now we know the spawn just ended, right? So we'll use time as our example here. So the spawn is typically in mid-May to mid-July, sometimes mid-August. We're now in the latter half of August, and we're starting to get into the post-spawn fish, who are going to be looking to forage on much bigger baits. I saw a big shift in profile presentation just a week ago. They were all on smaller baits because they were still like in the spawn or just post-spawn. Now they're fully post-spawn and they're getting ready for the mullet run and the fall where the water temperatures are going to cool. So what does that mean? They're going to be a little bit more active. They're going to be looking for bigger baits to fill them up quicker, and they're going to be moving back to their residential areas. So they seem to spread out more. We also have our migratory mullet run, which always is timed perfectly with the post-spawn fish. They fatten back up because of that mullet run. Nature, I always find that fascinating that nature's like perfect in that respect. These snook need that much forage, and boom, the mullet run hits and they get to get freaking chunky again. So yeah, time, like I just look at the time, and then you couple that with like, okay, is it a full moon? Is it a new moon? You know, is it cold? Is it hot? What's the water temp doing? And then you get results like we're getting on this day, which is nothing. No, I'm kidding. You just gotta keep moving, keep at it, keep moving, because they're here. We just gotta find them. So that's my tip. So when I see the orientation of a fish, oftentimes it's taught me in the past using side scan or just in crystal clear water that snook particularly like to face the current. And because I see the direction that they're facing, it's easy to understand what they're trying to do. If the current's coming at you and you're sitting facing it and you're a predatory species, you're typically looking for things, smaller things, shrimp, pilchards, whatever other tiny forage, crabs, to come through, or mullet, and you eat it. And so when I first started to discover that, I started sweeping jigs. I lived in Sanibel Island and I fished blind pass, and I would see the snook sitting there in the clear water, and so I would sweep like a little shrimp, and I would watch that as the shrimp got close. I could sight cast them all day, and that taught me so much about how snook eat. That's carried over into everywhere I fish for them. And understanding the orientation of the fish is going to really help you present the bait the right way.
The less than eventful day 2 carried on, and we pulled up to this seawall to end the evening. And man, I had one of the coolest eats I've ever seen on topwater, just off this seawall. Oh, dude! Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Yeah, bounced it off the wall. That was crazy. Oh my gosh. Dude, literally bounced it off the wall. I didn't know what to do with myself. I had no words. Fish came up and absolutely hammered it. Yeah.
Had you not landed it, I would have told you lost 40 pounds.
You would have said, dude, that was the biggest snook of your life, is what you would have said.
I said something to that. It's on it.
There we go, team. Nice river jack, all yellow. Crazy blow up, absolutely crazy blow up. I'm gonna release her.
Oh my gosh, that's...
We have been chasing these things around this little canal for probably half an hour now. Just blow up after blow up, jack and snook, blowing up mullet on the walls. Haven't had a chance to really cast net mullet today, but I will say this is quite the view, quite the end to the evening. Absolutely beautiful sunset, beautiful sky. Hearing these fish busting on mullet is pretty cool, even if we're not getting the bites. But see if we can pull something out of see if we can get a last minute fish. A couple more casts maybe. Right there. Good afternoon. Welcome to day 3. Still out here trying to catch one of those giants, trying to break that 40 inches on either a jack or a snook. Snook would be really ideal. But there has been a ton of activity in this area. We're in a brand new area today. My man Aaron is trying to make something happen. He's been slacking. Like normally outfishes me like 3 to 1. But I've been having the luck lately, so I think things are going to turn around. I think Aaron's going to put a lot in the boat today.
Today is the day.
And he's got 2 brand new reels. He's channeling his inner RYANMORIE and just compensating for his lack of fish with expensive gear. So, woo!
That's a DC, baby. It's my first DC. I finally bit the bullet and got one.
DC stands for digital cast, I believe, right?
Yes, and I found out it works solely through centrifugal force. That's how much of a noob I was with DCs. Like, I literally thought this thing was like battery powered. Like, that's how dumb I am.
Talk to me about how you use your electronics to locate fish.
So I typically am more dependent on side scan, but for a lot of the fishing I do, it's null and void because it's so shallow. It's like 1 to 2 feet. But if I'm fishing an area like we're in right now, where we got, 10, 20 feet of water, I'll use side scan or down imaging. This particular area, I already know where the fish would hold if they were here, so I use down imaging, just traditional sonar. But a lot of the times when I fish for, schooling snook, I'll move around and I'll try to side scan them. It just depends on the water depth, but I definitely think both are effective tools and will help you not fish blindly. I always joke when I'm scanning and we're fishing, I'm like, we're just fishing for water right now, which happens a lot.
So to kind of caveat off that point, Aaron's always been a big boat fisherman. Myself, growing up as a land-based fisherman, fishing off piers, fishing off jetties, fishing from the beach. You don't have fancy electronics, right? But what you need to do as one of those land-based fishermen, is really pay attention. Like a good pair of polarized glasses goes a long way, because you want to look and see if you can physically locate where the fish are. Summertime, they're going to be in these big dark schools. You know, you're going to see all of them. You know, in the fall and winter months, you're going to see the fish kind of pushing around, moving bait around. So actually looking, identifying if there's actually fish around is a huge key, because you'd be amazed at how many fish.
Use your eyes right now. Look at that school of mullet.
Yeah.
20 feet of water.
Whole school of mullet behind us. But yeah, I mean, you'd be amazed by the amount of anglers that I've seen. They're like, oh yeah, I'm snook fishing. And I walk by and they're literally they're not fishing anything. There's no fish around.
So day 3 actually felt a lot like day 2. It started really slow. We were going to tons of different spots looking for fish and not finding all that much action. Throwing a lot of topwater, just looking to see if we could find any mullet that were going to be easily nettable. The thing with these types of areas is you see tons of mullet, but a lot of the time they're just too freaking deep and you're not going to be able to cast net them. You're going to throw a net on top of them and they're just going to be gone. So when we found our opportunity, we were able to net a ton of mullet and keep them alive, which gave us a lot of hope for the afternoon.
Scoop ourselves. Good Lord.
There he is.
We don't have to scoop anything. She came to me. I like to put that hook right in the soft spot.
Hold him, or it's just real quick like this.
So we actually ended up spending the better part of the afternoon chasing around this big school of mullet that was just running upriver. And you can see there's a handful of fish in them. You can see there's a snook, some jacks, pushing them around. But man, Aaron and I did not have very good luck. We chased these things around, throwing live baits, throwing top waters, and while there was fish absolutely blowing them up, as you can see here, we just weren't getting the bites that we thought we were going to. And after looking at the drone footage, really my best guess to the reasoning for that is there actually just weren't that many predatory fish around to eat our baits. We even chased them all the way to the seawall where we knew there should be some snook around, and while we had a couple bites, I think we just ended up pulling hook on a jack or two. We didn't actually land anything. So super frustrating to see all of this action, all of this commotion, and not actually catch anything. We both were just saying, what the heck, man?
Why should people not be afraid to fish big baits?
I think a lot of the times the intimidation factor comes by just the sheer weight of it. They're scared to break their rod, heavy tackle. But I think a big part of it, you shouldn't be scared to do it because you're going to drop bigger fish, but you have to understand you're going to drop less fish, right? So smaller profile is a volume bite, bigger profile is one big bite. I'm definitely a trophy hunter. If you watch my content or you've seen me fish with Ryan, I like to single out one big fish. I'd always say, I chalk it up to this. I'd rather spend an 8-hour day with 140 than an 8-hour day with 10 slots. That's just me. That's just a personal preference. But you should throw the big bait if you want the big fish, because while the saying goes, elephants eat peanuts, realistically speaking, most big fish are eating bigger profiles. That's how they got that big and that's how they maintain that size. So yeah, do it. You'll be happy you did.
I'd also add on to that by saying don't be afraid to fish big tackle, because fish fight very differently in different places. So growing up fishing the pier, all those fish want to go straight underneath the pier and break you off in the piling. So you have no chance to play these fish out. You really can't let them pull drag, and it's really stop them or pop them mentality. So a lot of times you're seeing me fish 60, 80 pound mainline, 80 pound leader, big heavy J hooks for fish that are 36 inches that inshore I would use a 4,000 or 5,000 sized reel, because you can get away with that based on the scenario. So don't be afraid of that big heavy tackle. Trust me, in certain situations, it is a ton of fun to fight them on that big heavy tackle, because snook and other fish are just like a dog almost. If you guys have ever had a dog that's not well trained and you pull hard on the leash, they pull just as hard back. But if you kind of just let them coax, they actually don't pull that hard. And I swear fish are kind of like that sometimes. So don't be afraid to beef up your stuff, man. I've hooked snook on a 125 pound leader before, used big heavy mainline. Just don't be afraid to beef up your tackle if you need to.
With the sun getting low, we decided to make one last move to a different area in the river that we hadn't fished at all throughout this entire video. We had a handful of mullet left and still armed with plenty of topwaters, and we're just kind of hoping that something would happen, something would change, because we had seen so much action, but we just hadn't made anything happen yet.
There's 3 or 4 tarpon, like 30, 40 pounders, just right at like 11 o'clock.
Look how far I can cast. Oh my god, tarpon.
Spoon?
Yeah.
That was sick.
I gotta go over there.
I told you they were there, bro. I told you they were there, bro.
You did call that. I think I got all that too.
I think there's more snook coming towards us straight ahead at 12 o'clock.
Perfect size too. Hit my GoPro?
Yep.
That might be tarpon coming towards us, bro. You should throw. Okay, she's free.
The final point that I want you guys to take away, and this one's by far the most important. If you learn nothing, learn this. And it's that time on the water means everything. The more time you have on the water, the more experience you can get, the more time you can get yourself out there chasing these fish, the more you're gonna learn and the more fish you're actually gonna catch. Back when I was getting into snook fishing, when I was 12, 13 years old, I knew every metric when it came to fishing reels and rods and, you know, all of the regulations from fish. Honestly, I could just recite the Shimano catalog. I knew it all, but I had very little experience. So that experience led to me just not catching as many fish, even though I did all the reading online that I could. Nowadays, I catch a lot more fish, and I may not know all of those technical specs like I used to because I just don't have the time to keep up with it. But that experience, over 20 years of snook fishing, has led to me learning these patterns, learning how the fish orient themselves, learning that I can size up my tackle or I can size down my tackle, learning what the fish want to do based on the bait patterns or the moon phases. There's so much that goes into it, and you guys can watch a million YouTube videos and learn every single thing, but at some points you're gonna have to just get out there and fish, because that's what's gonna actually really hammer home all these points.
I'd put it up there. I might throw one too.
Where?
Up anywhere in here and let it float out naturally. It's one of my favorite spots in September.
Did you see that mullet fly in the air?
That is a snook. Maybe not.
Come on.
That's a snook, bro. Right?
I don't know.
Dude, there's multiple.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Dude, they're still popping. Nice. Dude, they're still going. They're still going. Oh man. They're still going. Multiple snook, pop, and mullet up on the beach.
Got my mullet there. Fun size fish, too.
Dude, that was so pretty. That was so pretty.
So epic. What do you think?
I think he's slot.
Really close. Yeah. Ah? You can throw it on the measuring board.
Nice, dude.
That's
Really long fish.
yeah, it's very close.
Really, really long fish. Let's go. Let's go. How is that to end the video? Beautiful fish. Probably slot size, I don't know, 31 inches, but just an absolutely gorgeous snook. Popping the mullet on the beach. It has been a grind today, man. We've been seeing tons of action, tons of mullet,
and just hasn't been happening for us. Aaron's got a jack, Aaron's got a tarpon, but closing the day out with an awesome snook. Man, this is awesome.
So at this point, we really only had about 3 mullet left. Aaron was throwing out one of the 3, and this thing did not last long. And he hooked the fish we had been looking for this entire video.
Come on, A-Benz.
Got it. She's huge.
Come on. I'm ready. You're out of it now. Don't worry about palming. Good Lord.
That is a freaking 40, I think. Oh my gosh. Dude. What a cast. What a moment.
Dude, that's a
God, dude, that thing is giant.
It's 9 or 40.
Yeah, all day. Okay. We got it. Guys, look at that freaking stud. This thing choked the mullet. Guys, this thing choked the mullet so hard, right, Ryan?
Absolutely.
Skipped it a mile under the dock, got it out with the 9-foot. Absolutely gigantic freaking fish, man. Like, that's what it's about right there. Oh my God. I'm gonna set her down gently. And then I'm actually gonna get the boga in her mouth just because we have a lot of bull sharks. All right, guys, so we got the boga in purely just to release this behemoth. So check this out. We're gonna set her down in here and get a grip on my boga line and then just sway her. Current's rushing towards her gills. We got her in fast. We put the heat on her. That's a freaking beast, dude. I think we might get another one. Yeah. We're gonna switch her.
We both got to
now.
retie.
Now that I think she's good. Get a little tail grab on her. Oh, that's what you want to see, dude.
Dude, let's go.
What a way to end the video.
What a way to end
I always say let's get one more and then we don't. So if we get one more, awesome. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video. I got that.
Okay, well, I wasn't recording, but I just hooked another one. Aaron just hooked another one. You tight? Double? Yeah. Double.
Giant.
Nice one.
Good Lord.
Doubled and then oh.
Where are we? What's going on?
Like that, we're good.
I'm coming to you.
I'm gonna go around you. Give you a hug. This is crazy.
Okay. Why use a big rod?
Yeah, you have to use a big rod for stuff like this, man.
Lord. We need to go. They're running that big. Fighting, aren't they? Theirs is bigger.
Dude, they're fighting hard for their size.
Unbelievably hard.
There we go. Look at that. End the night. Perfect slot size fish. Aaron's a slot too. Double on slots. Hold yours up real quick.
I'm gonna grab mine with the boga because I'm
Okay.
a baby. My thumb is still damaged from the tarpon, guys.
And they always do that.
Check it out, guys. Ryan's is dwarfing mine, but they're pretty comparable.
No, they're pretty comparable.
All right, let's drop it.
Crazy. Oh my gosh. That was epic.
You got one more left?
Yep.
You can have it, bro.